What's up YouTube, it's Hector from Not Too Nerdy and welcome back to another video. It has been a long time since I posted any video on YouTube, and I guess it's been partially because I've been lazy and also pretty damn busy during this whole pandemic. Yeah, it's just a lot of things going on. I'm also going to move pretty soon, so I may not be able to post too many videos, but I'm gonna try my best. So we're gonna start out with this video right here. It's Ratchet Clank Rifts Apart, and this is the game I've been waiting for. It's the first big game for the PlayStation 5 in my opinion, the first game that actually is meant for the PlayStation 5. What you're seeing right now is the Fidelity mode for the PlayStation 5, and I'm not going to play this game in this mode. I decided to just show you what it looks like, and I want to see it for myself because that's about it. You know, I'm gonna look at it, I want to see how great it looks on a PlayStation 5, and I'm never going to use it again because unfortunately Ratchet Clank is just one of those games for me that I think it needs to be played in 60 frames per second. And I think a lot of games need to be played around that frames per second. Unfortunately, next generation right now, and a lot of games need to be played around 60 frames per second because you need to have that fluid motion, and I feel that 30 frames per second at this point for games like this where you need a fluid motion, it just doesn't work for 30 frames per second. And yes, the game just looks amazing. If you look at it right now, like the game, even though I can't record in HDR, the game, you should still be able to tell how detailed it is right now. The game has ray tracing, it has HDR, and the game really pops. You know, it's one of the games that just, you could tell that it can't be played on the PlayStation 4, can't be played on any other console right now. And it just really stands out on the PlayStation 5. And they did a great job, and it's just it's a real shame that they couldn't get in 60 frames per second. But something like this, like, you understand that they can't get in 60 frames per second at 4K, which I'm totally okay with because I understand that if you reduce the resolution, that I'm totally okay with the resolution that they have where it's at 1080p or, you know, 1440p at times, and they increase the resolution, it goes up and down. As long as it's a stable 60 frames per second, it looks so detailed that I really don't care at that point, as long as it's 60 frames per second, you know. And I think a game like this at that point, that I'm okay with that. And I think that a lot of people would be when it's so detailed like that, that the resolution wouldn't matter as much when it's that detailed. That as long as you're getting to 60 frames per second, I think that it's okay. You know, I digress. Let's talk about the game itself. So far, the game looks pretty cool, and I'm kind of excited for the game itself. But I think this game is all about the way it's presented, and I think they're going for like a little cartoon or animation, and it's telling like a little story. Like, it looks pretty cool, and hopefully you guys, you know, will enjoy this game. I'm thinking about showing like a bunch of different clips of the game. I'm not going to show you whole full gameplay, but different clips here and there of the game, and definitely do a little comparison between the fidelity mode and performance mode of the game. That's pretty much it. You know, I actually think that this game is pretty cool. If you look at the parts where you actually warp through the different rifts, it's pretty cool how they set this up. You actually see how you use the rifts and how it actually takes advantage of the SSD for the PS5, how quickly the game loads on the PS5, you know, and that's the power of this console. This console really does load the next scene pretty quickly, you know, like that's something that other consoles couldn't do at the time, like PS4, PS3. You really couldn't preload the next scene. That's something that you always had to wait for the next scene to load, and that's why you always had like these scenes or cut scenes that they used to distract you with cut scenes, and you're waiting for it to load the next scene. And now all of a sudden you're able to do that instantly. So it's pretty cool to see that live in the game. You know, they've been talking about it the whole time, but to actually see how quickly it works in the game, it's kind of crazy to see how quickly it works. And I'm kind of interested to see other games use this, and I'm kind of I don't know, I'm curious to see how other games are going to use it, because this game has it used in this story, you know, but I'm kind of curious to see what other games are going to use it for, because it's so quick that it could really be used for anything. So that's pretty much it. So let me know what you guys feel about this and what do you guys feel about this game in general? Like, are you guys gonna actually pick up this game? What have you guys been up to? You know, because it's been a while since I've been on here. I see a lot of people still posting things about the PlayStation 5, and a lot of people are still having issues with the PlayStation 5, believe it or not. I see people posting so many things, like so many different comments, and I respond back all the time, and I try to respond back at least, because there's so many comments of my videos about the PlayStation 5 that's not working, and it's really hard to keep up because there's so many people that comment about how the PS5 isn't working for them still, and it's tough. You know, it sucks that people still are getting broken PS5s, and I really feel for you guys. Hopefully you guys are able to replace it. It took me 3 consoles to actually get a working PlayStation 5, so hopefully you guys were able to get one as well. It sucks, you know. I think there is an issue with the PlayStation 5 for some consoles, and hopefully they get that fixed. I don't think there is a patch that's going to fix it. I just think that there were faulty consoles to begin with, and that's just the way it is. So if you were one of the people that got the faulty console, you're just going to have to replace it. There's no patch that's going to fix it. I think that eventually you're going to have to swap it out, and that's it. Guys, I mean, there's really not much to talk about. There's really not that much next-gen games that came out beforehand. It was kind of boring, to be honest with you. You know, I was playing mostly Cold War the whole time, and now I got this game right here, and that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys are playing right now, and then what games are you guys looking forward to in the future. That's it, guys. This is Hector from Not Too Nerdy. I'm out. See you, YouTube.